Hello everyone, today we're going to be doing a Q&A. Now the first question I'm going to be answering today comes from TalkThatMetal. He's a really cool fellow reaction channel that I actually did a bit of a collab with a while ago. How long have you been at YouTube? Not just this channel, but all together. And so to answer that, I've actually been making YouTube videos for the past maybe 3 or 4 years, technically. In 2017, I had a really cringy Minecraft channel called fittingly Minecrafter 2017. And so that's technically the first time I ever uploaded videos on YouTube, and I think that was around 4 years ago. But it's really only been the past year that I've had an interest in it and I've actually made videos regularly. Now the next question comes from Elijah JP Metal, and if you guys don't know, Elijah makes some really cool videos about Christian metal. I'll have his channel linked in the description along with everyone else who's asked a question for this Q&A. He asked, if you were to make a Christian metal starter pack with 10 albums to help someone get into metal, what 10 albums would you pick? Now to do 10 full albums is a bit of a challenge, but I think first of all I'd say Eclipse by Wolves at the Gate. I'd also have Dark Skies by Fit for a King, because I think I'd also go with Theocracy's album As the World Bleeds, Love Letter Killshot by Disciple, Between Here and Lost by Love and Death, and maybe also War by Demon Hunter. I don't know if this really counts as metal per se, but also of Beauty and Rage by Red. Probably because it's just such a classic, I'd also go with Stryper's album, To Hell with the Devil. Maybe Waking Giants by Life in Your Way as well. And finally, Power Under Control by Islander. There are a couple heavier songs on here, but a lot of this is a little more mainstream hard rock oriented. But yeah, that is my Christian metal starter pack. I took a break from recording, so that's why the camera angle just changed. Also, I'm sorry about the glare. The one problem with this setup is that every time I try to record in the afternoon, I get a glare. Anyway though, I'm going to be answering some questions right now from Mark Adams. First of all, how old are you? I am 16 years old. Second, what kind of grades are you getting in school and college? I generally get B's in the college classes I'm taking, but mostly A's in the high school classes. Do you have any sort of major or know what you're interested in? I think for me right now, the things I'm most interested in are history, specifically ancient history. And very different from that, I'm also thinking about digital marketing and analytics. He also asks, any hobbies besides music and gaming? Now honestly, music and making YouTube videos are kind of my major hobbies or interests, but I also really enjoy reading. I don't know if that counts as a hobby, but that's definitely something I do a lot. Favorite foods, and for me, I'm gonna go with the generic answer of pizza because that is my favorite food. Now the next question comes from Aqua17, and he asks the very important question, can you explain the difference between post-vegetarian jazz metal and happy symphonic death reggae? Now the difference between these two obviously very real subgenres is that post-vegetarian jazz metal is from the perspective of someone who was previously a vegetarian, and this is after they're a vegetarian, so that's what the lyrics are mostly about. But happy symphonic death reggae is basically the same thing, but with the addition that the lyrics are particularly happy and not focused around vegetarianism. I feel like I almost answered that question too seriously. Now I also got a few questions from the Nintendo Bros. He's someone I've talked with a lot through Discord, and he's honestly just a really cool guy, so I'd recommend that you check out his channel. I'll have it linked in the description. First of all, what did you think of rock and metal before you were into it? Well, since I grew up listening to Christian radio, I barely heard any of it. But I think the closest thing I heard was Red because my dad would sometimes listen to that. And to be honest, before I got into rock and metal, I found it kind of annoying just because it was pretty loud and fast-paced. Next of all, do you think that metalcore or pop punk will continue to dominate the genre, or do you think something new will come and bring back rock and metal into the mainstream again? That's something I've actually thought about a bit, and I've been thinking about making a video on that subject. And to be honest, I'm not totally sure. I feel like what we could see is metalcore evolving to a point where it's a little bit more mainstream acceptable. But yeah, to answer that question in a sentence, I think some new genre might come up, and I do personally feel that metalcore might stick around for quite a bit longer. Anyway though guys, that about rounds off the questions I'm answering for this Q&A. But with that being said, as always, thanks for watching and see you guys later.